item number 9 on the agenda, which is the annual report referred from the Audit and Risk Committee on the performance of that committee. And can I welcome the Independent Chair of Audit and Risk, Sue Sheldon, to present this report.
Kia ora koutou katoa. The report is factual and stands on its own. I'd like to thank the Mayor and the Chief Executive for their kind letter of thanks given to me a couple of weeks ago. I have very much appreciated the respect and assistance shown to me by all councillors and staff during my 6 years in this very interesting role. I don't propose to go through the detail of the report, but I would like to draw the attention, particularly of returning councillors, to paragraph 20, the paragraph on governance. And I do recommend to you that you urge continuity of the existing committee structure. It is the ability of the committee to report directly to the governing body that really gives it its strength in any times of difficulty, and I'd note particularly around the emergency budget process. And secondly, I see you have a paper on the appointment of independent members. I think that is the other strength of the committee, is the fact that it gives the ability for council to bring in that particular expertise in relation to risk, finance, accounting and audit. So other than that, I don't have any particular comments on the report, Your Worship, but I'm happy to take questions if there are any.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sue. And I'll ask Councillor Daniel Newman to move and Deputy Mayor Bill Cashmore to second the motion, if that's okay. Councillor Newman?
Happy to do so.
Yep. Look, just before we get to questions, Sue, I'd really like to thank you personally for chairing this committee throughout the period of time of this term of council, and also to Bruce Robertson and Paul Condor. I think it is a particular strength that we have an independent chair and highly qualified independent members of Audit and Risk to ensure that we get that external and objective scrutiny of what we do. And I was a little disturbed, Deputy Mayor, to read in our local rag, the Pahutakawa and Coast Times, at a mayoral candidate debate, to see somebody who was a candidate saying, we need independent scrutiny. Well, absolutely, and we have it, Sue, through your committee and the work that it does, but also, of course, the Auditor-General, who will be with us, or the Deputy Auditor-General in this case, later today, who has the specific power to do an independent performance audit under Section 104 of the Local Government Act. So just in case there are any more mayoral debates, I'd like to set the candidates on the straight and narrow that we do have independent audit, we value that audit, and it's important for us and the confidence that the public has in us. So with those preliminary comments, I should say, I'll just check if there's anyone around the table or online that has any questions arising out of the report from Sue Sheldon. Deputy Mayor Bill Cashmore.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and thank you, Sue, and thank you for your work over these past 6 years. It's been invaluable to us. You have often commented in the meeting about councillors' precursory duty to health and safety, and to be vigilant and meaningful around that. I wonder if you'd like to sort of put some words, given that this is the final meeting of this term, to help illuminate or inform councillors for next term around that health and safety and councillors' duty under the law.
Thank you, Councillor Cashmore. Yes, health and safety is a key risk of council, and of course it is one of the biggest roles of this committee, is ensuring that council has a sufficient risk management process in place. And that does extend to the elected members. So while the detail of the work is done by the committee, the responsibility, of course, is carried by elected members. So I have been anxious to ensure that council had appropriate process around health and safety, and I'm pleased to say that I have seen significant improvement in that over time. But I guess that the one piece that I suspect is still outstanding is the requirement for those responsible for health and safety to undertake due diligence visits of worksites, workplaces. And I understand absolutely the size of that task for council, but I think it is at least a representative piece of work that I hope councillors in the future will continue to be engaged in.
Thank you very much. Are there any further questions? If not, are there any comments that the councillors would like to make? If not, Sue, probably if I just... Councillor Desley-Simpson.
Oh, thank you, Your Worship. Sue, to you and the team, especially the independent members of this committee, I just want to say a huge thank you on my behalf and I think of us all as well for what you do, because as a result of your recommendations and work, that gives us confidence as elected members to know that we are indeed tracking in the right direction. So I just want to say a huge thank you from the elected members in the Finance and Performance Committee. We have two audit processes really by default. You're the biggest really, because you're the one that does the hard work. It's a bit like Finance and Performance and Governing Body, Mayor. You know, we do all the work and then you get all the good stuff. Well, it's a bit like that with audit and risk. They do the hard work and then it goes off to the Auditor General and we're all good. So I just want to say thank you very much for your work. It's great to have that confidence of the three professional directors to oversee the work that we do. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor Simpson, and I think you're speaking on behalf of all of us in offering that thanks. Councillor Daniel Newman, who's our senior member on the committee.
Thank you, Worship. I just want to actually reflect similar sentiment that to that expressed by Councillor Simpson, and to acknowledge Sue Sheldon for her outstanding work, but also to acknowledge Paul Condor and Bruce, the independent members of Audit and Risk. We have really brought a level of technical expertise. Certainly, it's a really intellectually challenging committee, Audit and Risk, because the discussion, the debate that takes place, I mean, I learned so much. So thank you very much, Sue, but also to Paul and Bruce for the outstanding work that you have done. And also to acknowledge the reports that have been prepared by officers. The officers who report to that particular committee do an outstanding job, and I have full confidence in them.
Yeah, thank you very much, Councillor. So I don't have any further comments, which is perhaps an indication of the confidence, Sue, that we have in the work that you and the committee has done. So thank you for your commitment, thank you for your competency, thank you for your professionalism. All of those things are critical in giving the assurance to the people of Auckland that what this council does is done properly, according to due process, is evidence-based, and comes to the right conclusion. We are the custodians of literally billions of dollars of expenditure each year, operational and capital, and it's vitally important in a functioning democracy and in a country with the rule of law that we have these assurances and we have these safeguards. So a big thank you to you, and we really appreciate the work that you've done through the three members, the three independent members, for a period of actually, I think, between 6 and 8 years. So with that, I shall put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye.
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 To the contrary, no. I declare that carried. We come now to item number